What if every ounce of fear pulsing through your veins could become jet fuel for your ambition? Picture this. You're standing at the brink, heart pounding, breath shallow, the world's screaming retreat. Yet in that split second before you break, you hold the power to become unbreakable. That's no motivational fluff. It's a mental override so potent that once you flip it, your life shifts gears forever. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the one brain hack that elite athletes, billionaires, and special forces operators swear by. But fair warning, this isn't a gentle pep talk. It's a no-nonsense protocol for mental warfare. Ready for the ignition? Here's your launch sequence. First, imagine fear not as a stop sign, but as the green light at a drag race. When the lights turn yellow, your pulse leaps, your muscles coil. That's your signal to floor it, not slam on the brakes. Most of us have been conditioned to view that surge as danger, pulling us backwards. But in truth, it's raw electrochemical energy begging to be redirected. You just need the switch. Second, visualize your mind as a piano. Every key you press sends a chord through your system. Most people tiptoe around, playing timid notes under pressure. But you slam your fist down on the bass key of I am unstoppable and watch the vibrations shake your whole being. That chord rewires your brain's feedback loop from I can't to watch me. Third, and this is crucial, once you trigger this override, there's no halfway house. You either evolve into a version of yourself that fear itself fears, or you risk losing the very things that make you human: laughter, empathy, warmth. That's why integration is key. We'll cover how to hold the power without becoming a stone statue. So stay with me. In the next few minutes, you'll learn exactly when to flip the switch, what you sacrifice, and how to integrate this new level of intensity without burning out or going numb. No jargon, no woo-woo, just straight up, actionable steps. Ready to break through your limits and tap into a level of mental resilience you didn't know existed? Let's dive in. The edge of collapse, your activation point. Imagine you're perched on a tightrope, swaying above a canyon. One wrong breath, one flinch, and gravity wins. That's the moment most people freeze or worse, fall. But in that razor-thin moment of pure intensity, your brain is primed for an override. Not after you've had time to recover. Not when panic recedes. Right at the precipice, when adrenaline is at its peak and your mind naturally wants to recoil, you instead seize control. Here's why. Your brain is wired like a high-performance sports car. It doesn't unleash its full horsepower until the tachometer is redlined. That redline moment, it's your activation point. When your throat tightens, palms sweat, and every fiber of your body screams STOP. You're actually at the point of maximum potential. Most people trip the panic switch and their system shuts down. You'll hit the power switch. Think of fear as raw electricity coursing through your circuits. If you don't reroute it, it shorts out the system and leaves you incapacitated. But flip the reroute switch, and that current powers your most intense focus, razor-sharp clarity, and bulletproof resolve. So, how do you do it? The moment you sense panic's ignition, pause viscerally, halt whatever you're doing. Even if it's just for a heartbeat, this micro-pause interrupts the autopilot of fear. Label the surge, mentally call it out. This is energy, not enemy. By naming it, you transform unconscious panic into conscious power. Fire the override command, silently or audibly declare, launch sequence engaged. The dramatic phrasing jolts your subconscious into a new script. Act immediately. Take one decisive move step forward. Press send, squeeze your fist. Momentum kills panic. You don't need a perfect move, you just need movement. Remember, the cliff's edge is not a trap, it's your launch pad. That split second of maximum pressure is the moment you grab the reins and rewrite what your brain believes possible. When you can harness the red line, you'll find there's no limit to how far you can go. The dark side, what you lose. Every superpower has its kryptonite, and this mental override is no exception. Turning fear into fuel doesn't come for free. When you hardwire yourself to flip the switch under extreme pressure, you gain a level of intensity most can't fathom, but you also risk paying a steep price: the gradual erosion of your softness. Let's break it down. Softness is your emotional range: empathy, joy, vulnerability, laughter. These are the colors that bring richness to life. When you activate the override, you armor up. And armor, by design, blocks both the slings of attack and the caresses of warmth. Over time, that emotional shield can calcify into a shell. Suddenly, you're unbreakable but also unrelatable. People start to describe you as intense or cold. Friends notice you're less spontaneous. You might not even notice yourself until you catch your reflection in someone's eyes and realize you've traded your smile for steel. There's also the risk of emotional flatlining. If you're constantly commanding your nervous system to crush fear, you might unintentionally suppress other emotions: excitement, surprise, even love. Your internal thermostat resets. Normal highs feel muted. The world can start to look grayscale, and your own heart may feel dull. Finally, consider the identity shift. You stop being just you. You become the one who never breaks. It's a powerful title, but who are you underneath? When your identity turns into a weapon, you might find yourself wondering, am I still human, or have I become a machine programmed for resilience? This isn't to scare you off. Every path worth taking has trade-offs. The key is awareness. You can gain this mental superpower, but you need guardrails, rituals, and routines that keep your humanity intact. In the next part, we'll explore how to integrate unbreakable intensity without losing your warmth, your laughter, or your capacity for genuine connection. The integration holding power without losing self. So you've mastered the switch. You can flip fear into fuel and fire off the override at a moment's notice. But how do you wield that power without turning into an emotional fortress? That's where integration comes in: the art of balancing raw intensity with genuine humanity. Ritualize your reset. After any high-pressure moment, take a deliberate cool-down ritual. Bask in a positive memory: your child's laughter, a sunrise, a moment when you felt pure joy. Hold that feeling in your chest for 30 seconds. This reconnects the neural pathways of warmth and compassion that might otherwise atrophy. Anchor with a humanizing identity. Pick a name that blends strength and softness, like Steel Heart or Iron Willow. Every time you engage the override, whisper that name. It's a neural anchor, reminding your subconscious, yes, you're fierce, but you're still alive and feeling. Short daily debrief. Spend 5 minutes each evening journaling both your override victory and your heart win. For instance, I spoke up under attack alongside I shared vulnerability with a friend. This dual tracking ensures both power and empathy get equal airtime in your brain. Use the power in micro battles. Don't reserve it for dramatic crises alone. When someone cuts you off in traffic, pause, reframe, and respond with calm assertiveness instead of road rage. When you're negotiating at work, channel the override to choose grace over aggression. Applying it in daily skirmishes strengthens integration. Celebrate soft wins. Every time you consciously allow laughter, tears, or compassion through your armor, mark it as a victory. Treat kindness as a skill you're leveling up. This teaches your brain that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's the highest form of strength. By weaving these practices into your routine, you'll evolve into someone who can stare down the storm and still feel the sun on your face afterward. Integration transforms unbreakable intensity from a blunt instrument into a calibrated tool, letting you carry power and heart in equal measure. The core mechanism: cognitive reframing under fire, 400 words. At the heart of this brain hack lies cognitive reframing, the art of instantly rewriting the story your mind tells itself under pressure. Most people respond to pain with, "I'm done," which triggers collapse. You're going to reframe that internal monologue into unstoppable momentum. Step 1. Micropause disruption. When panic ignites, your amygdala hijacks your logic. Stop it cold with a visceral pause. Imagine a tape rewinding for a split second. That micropause breaks the fear autopilot and gives your prefrontal cortex a chance to kick in. Step 2. Observe. Don't overreact. Treat the surge of fear like a weather pattern. Ah, there's the storm. Naming it creates distance. You're not in fear, you're observing fear, which immediately diffuses its intensity. Step 3. Command the narrative. Now comes your scripted phrase, your neural trigger. It should be bold, almost theatrical. This is my power surge. The drama matters because your subconscious craves vivid commands. It hears power instead of panic. Step 4. Immediate action. Thought without action is a mirage. Pick a single decisive move. Stand up straighter, speak the next word, take a calculated step. That movement cements the new story. You're not a victim, you're an operator. Step 5. Seal the pathway. Follow up with a mini celebration, a fist pump, a nod, or a private grin. It's like slamming the case shut on your new narrative so your brain files it under habit. Analogies help make sense of it. Picture your mind as a movie director. Panic wants to play a horror flick. You step in during that climactic scene and yell, "Cut." Then you yell, "Action," for an action blockbuster. Your internal cinema shifts genres instantly. This isn't feel-good fluff. It's neuroscience in action. You're literally hijacking your brain's wiring at the moment it wants to short-circuit. With practice, this protocol becomes reflexive. Under fire, you don't lash out or freeze, you reframe and ignite, flipping fear into forward drive. Real-world proof athletes, operators, billionaires. Wonder if this really works. Look at the people who've turned pressure into an art form. Navy SEALs. During Hell Week, SEAL trainees face simulated drowning, sleep deprivation, and constant fear of failure. Most crack. The few who succeed learn to reframe each brutal exercise as opportunity training. They airdrop into their own panic and treat each shock like a checkpoint in a video game, leveling up under fire. Elite athletes. Olympic shooters use quiet eye technique, locking their gaze on the target so intently that time seems to slow. When the world counts their heartbeat before they pull the trigger, they've already reframed their nerves into laser focus. In their minds, the crowd fades, leaving only the bullseye and their breath. Special Forces operators. During hostage rescues, negotiators rarely shout back. They invoke strategic silence. That micro-pause creates discomfort for the aggressor, forcing them to reevaluate. Under extreme duress, silence becomes their cognitive reframe. Instead of reacting to threats, they observe and control the emotional battlefield. Billionaires and CEOs. High-stakes board meetings can feel like penalty shootouts at the World Cup. Top CEOs prepare by mentally rehearsing tough questions and objections until their bodies respond with calm authority. When a rival pivots aggressively, they don't flinch. They reframe the attack as market feedback and counter with data-driven confidence. Performing artists and speakers. World-class public speakers visualize applause so vividly that stepping on stage feels like returning home. Their brains learn the applause pattern first. So when the spotlight hits, nerves convert into gratitude energy rather than self-doubt. Each of these examples shares the same thread: cognitive reframing under fire. They see threat, pause, reframe, and act. The result? They don't just handle stress, they dominate it. And you can too. By adopting their wiring protocols, you dismantle self-doubt, weaponize fear, and step into a zone where performance becomes instinct. Your challenge: activate your unbreakable mode today. 400 words. It's time to test the override in real life. Don't wait for a crisis. Start small, but do it now. Here's your 5-step micro battle challenge. Identify a mini pressure point. Maybe you've been hesitating to hit send on an important email, or you dread speaking up in a meeting. Pick one scenario that triggers mild butterflies. Pause and observe. When the moment comes, physically stop for a heartbeat. Notice the tightness in your chest, the quickening of your breath. Name it. Hello, panic. Reframe with intent. Silently declare, this is my power surge. Feel the shift as your brain flips the script from I can't to watch me. Act decisively. Send that email. Raise your hand. Speak the line you've been holding back. Any forward motion locks in the override. Seal with celebration. High-five yourself, literally or mentally. Feel the pride surge through you. Jot down a quick note in your journal. Day 1. Conquered email anxiety with override. Do this once today. Then pick another micro battle tomorrow. Initiating a tough conversation. Hitting the gym when you want to skip. Delivering honest feedback. Each practice becomes a neural rep, strengthening your override muscle. Within a week, you'll notice something amazing. Your baseline confidence creeps upward. The world's friction becomes fuel. You start choosing discomfort because you know that's where growth hides. And every time you flip the switch, you wire a new pathway, unbreakable mode engaged. Remember, this isn't about perfection. You'll fumble. You might forget the phrase or hesitate. That's part of the training. Each slip-up is feedback. Reframe that as data, not defeat. Ask, what did I learn? Then dive back in. Are you ready to claim this mental superpower? Your first mini-battle is waiting. Step forward, pause, reframe, ignite, and celebrate. That tiny victory today becomes the foundation of an unbreakable tomorrow. Part 7. The final word: embrace the edge. You've learned the override's mechanics, seen its costs, and practiced integrating it. Now comes the ultimate test: embracing the edge as a lifestyle, not a stunt. Think about it. Ordinary life lulls you into comfort traps, predictable weekends, safe choices, steady routines. Comfort is the silent killer of ambition and growth. But when you live on the edge, you invite constant evolution. You become a perpetual student of pressure, turning every challenge into a launchpad. Ask yourself, am I ready to trade comfortable mediocrity for relentless growth? Can I accept the trade-off of occasional emotional numbness in exchange for unbreakable resilience? Will I commit to the rituals that preserve my humanity amid intensity? If the answer is yes, you've reached the crossroads most people never see. You're not just surviving reality, you're rewriting it. You're the composer of your own symphony of power, softness, intensity, and empathy. Here's how to keep evolving. Continuous calibration. Every month, revisit your integration rituals. Are your reset rituals still effective? Do your anchor names still resonate? Adjust as you grow. Expand your battlefield. Move from micro skirmishes to macro challenges. Public speaking, extreme sports, launching big projects, each escalates your override muscle. Teach the protocol. Share the system with peers. Teaching cements your mastery and spreads resilience culture. Stay curious. Explore new mental hacks, breathwork, sensory deprivation, cold exposure. See how they complement your override. Honor the human equation. Regularly schedule warmth, breaks time with loved ones. Creative play, silent reflection. These aren't indulgences. They're vital to prevent evolving into a machine. True mastery isn't a final destination. It's a dynamic journey, an infinite loop of pressure, reframing, action, integration, and growth. You're no longer defined by your past limitations. You're defined by your relentless choice to step to the edge, rewire your narrative, and soar from there. So go ahead, embrace the edge. Flip your mental override whenever you need it. Then pause, reset, and return to your core. In this balance lies unstoppable power and genuine humanity. That, my friend, is the art of living unbreakable.